Hello and welcome to Fast and Factual on Firstpost, where we get you 50 top headlines from across the world. I'm Alison Lagrange, live from Durban, South Africa. Let's begin. Now, Palestinians continue to flee Gaza's Rafah city amid new evacuation orders from Israel. The Israeli military conducted airstrikes on East Rafah and attacked the area using drones. Israel has also stepped up its operations in Jabalia in northern Gaza. This comes even as the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken delivered some of his sharpest criticism against Israel's approach to the war. He denounced the quote-unquote horrible loss of life of innocent civilians. Russian President Vladimir Putin has replaced his Defence Minister Sergei Shoigu. Andrei Belousov is replacing Shoigu as the Defence Minister. Meanwhile, Shoigu has now been appointed as the Secretary of the Security Council. The shakeup comes just as Putin begins his fifth term in office. Now, former U.S. President Donald Trump's New York hush money trial will continue today. Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, is set to testify in the case. Cohen is expected to talk about his role in arranging hush money payments on Trump's behalf. The money was allegedly misrepresented as business expenses, but given to the adult actor Stormy Daniels. This was to keep her from revealing the details of her alleged affair with Trump. Last week, Stormy Daniels told jurors that she had received $130,000 in 2016. Hundreds of protesters gathered in the streets of Tunisia's capital, Tunis, yesterday. Now, they were demanding the release of imprisoned journalists, activists, and opposition figures. This comes after the arrest of a prominent lawyer who has been critical of President Kais Saied. On the 11th of May, police stormed the building of the Deanship of Lawyers to arrest the lawyer Sonia Damani. Two journalists who witnessed the confrontation were also arrested. In India, at least 4 schools in Rajasthan state's capital Jaipur received bomb threats via emails. Now, students and staff members have been evacuated. Police teams and bomb squads are investigating the premises. Now, this comes just a day after several hospitals and airports in India's capital, New Delhi, received similar threats. Earlier this month, more than 150 schools in New Delhi received similar bomb threats. Now, from updates from the Indian elections. The country began voting in the 4th phase of its parliamentary or Lok Sabha elections this morning. Voting is being held for 96 constituencies across 9 states and 1 union territory. India is conducting polls in 7 phases. The final results are expected on the 4th of June. In Andhra Pradesh, voting will be held for all 25 of the state's parliamentary constituencies. State assembly elections are also being held simultaneously. Now, the Chief Minister, Y.S. Jagamohan Reddy, voted hoping to secure another term. Meanwhile, the former Chief Minister, N. Chandrababu Naidu, was also seen casting his vote. Meanwhile, in Telangana, polling is underway for all 17 parliamentary constituencies. Several politicians and actors from the Telugu movie industry were seen casting their ballots. The actor Allu Arjun was among the early voters in Hyderabad. He urged people to overcome the heat in Telangana and exercise their voting rights. As elections were underway in Hyderabad, was trending on the social media platform X. Now, Asaduddin Owaisi, the chief of the AIM party, is seeking another term for the Hyderabad seat. Now, his main opponent is the Bharatiya Janata Party's candidate, Kampela Marivalata. And the 2024 Lok Sabha elections are crucial for Jammu and Kashmir. This is the first major election in Kashmir since the region's special status was revoked in 2019, and it was transformed into multiple union territories. Voting is underway in Kashmir's capital of Srinagar. As many as 24 candidates are in the fray in Srinagar parliamentary constituency. The state of West Bengal and the Indian cricketer Yusuf Pathan is making his political debut. He has been fielded by the All India Trinamool Congress Party, or the TMC. He is contesting in the Baharampur constituency. Pathan faces Indian National Congress Party's Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. Now, Chaudhary has been the Member of Parliament from Baharampur since 1999. Meanwhile, Mahua Moitra is looking to make a comeback to the lower house of Parliament. The TMC candidate is fighting from the Krishna Nagar constituency. Last year, Moitra's membership was revoked over a disciplinary issue. She was accused of accepting money and expensive gifts in exchange for asking a certain set of questions in Parliament. The TMC party worker was killed by unidentified attackers in West Bengal's East Burdwan district. Now, this came just hours before voting was to begin. According to the police, the worker was attacked with 3 crude bombs while he was on his way home. On the eve of the 4th phase of polling, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a roadshow in Patna, the capital city of the state of Bihar. Now, he was accompanied by Bihar's Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. Now, the Indian Prime Minister also visited the Gurudwara of Patna Sahib, which is a revered place of worship in the Sikh religion. Meanwhile, the Indian Prime Minister is set to file his nomination papers tomorrow from the Varanasi constituency in the state of Uttar Pradesh. He is scheduled to hold a roadshow in the constituency today. The Indian Prime Minister will also visit the city's Kal Bhairav temple before filing his nomination. On to some climate news now. Raging wildfires spread to nearly 20,000 acres of land across Western Canada, triggering the evacuation order for thousands of residents in British Columbia. Residents of Alberta and Fort McMurray were asked to prepare to leave. Authorities in Alberta deployed 6 crews of firefighters, along with 13 helicopters and air tankers, to tame the fire. The authorities have also warned of poor air quality across the country. River levels rose in Brazil after strong rains lashed southern Brazil. The floods have killed at least 145 people and displaced hundreds of thousands of others. The residents of the state of Rio Grande do Sul are bracing for more rain after 2 weeks of heavy downpours that inundated parts of the region. Now, floods triggered by heavy rain killed at least 41 people, while 17 continue to remain missing in Indonesia's West Sumatra province. The floods and landslides left over 40 people injured. According to officials, the floods affected 84 housing units and 16 bridges. And flash floods in Afghanistan kill over 300 people, ravaging multiple provinces and cutting off a few areas. The officials claim that many continue to remain missing amid these devastating floods. The authorities declared a state of emergency after torrential rain swelled the rivers. Giant blue-grey sei whales that were absent for over a century have started re-emerging along Argentina's Patagonia coastline. The worldwide bans on commercial whale hunting have spurred their recovery. Biologists laud this resurgence as a triumph for global conservation efforts. On to business and tech news. France has received over $16 billion in investment commitments from multiple global firms. This includes the US tech giants Microsoft and Amazon, and pharma companies Pfizer and AstraZeneca. Microsoft has said it would invest over $4 billion in the country. Amazon has announced a $1.3 billion investment. The announcements come ahead of France's annual business summit called Choose France, which aims to attract international investment in the country. The U.S. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has asked the country's fair trade regulator to stop the merger of energy firms Chevron and Hess Corp. The $53 billion merger deal was announced last year. Now, Schumer says it could lead to higher oil prices for U.S. consumers. Chinese companies have secured bids for 10 Iraqi oil and gas fields over the weekend. The Iraqi government is auctioning off licenses to explore 29 oil and gas fields in the country. Chinese companies are the only foreign players to win bids so far. Now, the Iraqi Kurdish company KAR Group has won rights for 2 oil blocks. Share prices of India's Tata Motors fell nearly 10% today, and this was after the automaker reported its fourth quarter earnings. The firm reported over a 200% rise in its profits for the quarter. However, Tata Motors' future projections disappointed investors. The automaker anticipates a slow growth rate for the next financial year. It is expecting a dip in local passenger vehicle demand amidst the ongoing elections in India. Now, Dubai government-owned airline Emirates has reported over 60% jump in its annual profit. The airline earned $4.7 billion between April of 2023 and March of 2024. Increased airline routes and flight capacity helped to boost the firm's income. The airline carried nearly 52 million passengers in the past 12 months. The U.S. state of Maryland workers at an Apple store have voted in favor of strike. The store workers' union says that employees have been frustrated over a number of unresolved workplace issues. This includes unpredictable work schedules and lower wages. Since last year, store workers have been negotiating with Apple management for better working conditions. British newspapers have warned Apple against its plans to block ads on websites. Apple is planning to introduce an artificial intelligence-based privacy feature on its browser Safari. It is expected to remove ads and unwanted content from a website. British newspapers say the feature could impact their digital revenue, and they are asking for a meeting with Apple management to discuss the potential implications of the new feature. South Korea is preparing a $7 billion support package for the chip sector. Now, the package aims to boost investments and research in the sector. South Korea's Finance Minister Choi Sang-mok has said that the government would soon announce details of the package. Choi has said that the package could include loans and a new fund backed by state and private financial institutions. The British chip designer ARM Holdings reportedly plans to develop chips to power artificial intelligence. The firm is expected to set up an AI chip division to develop the prototype of the chip by the spring of 2025. Report says that the initial development costs will be covered by ARM and its biggest investor, Japan's SoftBank. Meanwhile, SoftBank has reported over $2 billion in profit for the fourth quarter. The tech investment giant had incurred a net loss in the same quarter in 2023. The gains from SoftBank's high-profile investments like ByteDance and the U.S. food delivery firm DoorDash helped its earnings. Meanwhile, the firm's investment unit, Vision Fund, reported a loss after 3 consecutive quarters of profit. Moving on to some sports news now, we begin with cricket and with the Indian Premier League. The Royal Challengers Bengaluru defeated Delhi Capitals by 47 runs. Yash Dayal took 3 wickets while Rajat Patidar scored 52 runs in 32 balls for Bengaluru. With the win, Bengaluru keep their playoff dreams alive. On Sunday, Chennai Super Kings beat the Rajasthan Royals by 5 wickets in their last home game this season. With 3 wickets, CSK's Simarjit Singh helped to restrict Rajasthan to a moderate 141 for 5 in the first innings. Then the CSK wrapped up their successful chase in the 18th over. The English bowler James Anderson has announced his retirement from the Test format. In July, England's first Test in their 3-match series against the West Indies will be Anderson's last match. It will mark an end to Anderson's 22-year-long international career. The 41-year-old fast bowler said that this was the right time to step aside. In football news, Arsenal defeated Manchester United 1-0 in the English Premier League. Leandro Trossard scored the only goal of the match in the 20th minute, and leading to Arsenal's close victory. The result keeps Arsenal's hopes of winning the Premier League title alive. The Gunners are at the top of the table, but they are just a point ahead of Manchester City, who have a game in hand. It was a bittersweet moment for French striker Kylian Mbappé last night. He scored in his last home game for Paris Saint-Germain, but the French champions were handed a surprise 3-1 defeat by Toulouse. PSG's remaining games this season will be away fixtures, so Mbappé won't get another chance to win in Paris. Earlier, Mbappé confirmed that he would leave PSG this summer, ending his 7-year association with the club. The German champions Bayern Leverkusen defeated hosts of VfL Bochum 5-0 in the Bundesliga yesterday. It stretches their unbeaten run to 50 games across all competitions. It is a new European record for the longest unbeaten run. Real Madrid paraded through the streets of Madrid, celebrating their 36th La Liga title. The club's star players like Vinicius Jr. and Jude Bellingham led the parade, displaying the coveted trophy. Thousands of fans gathered in the streets to celebrate and brought the city of Madrid to a standstill. In tennis, the Serbian tennis star Novak Djokovic says that he will undergo some medical tests after being struck on the head with a metal bottle. A fan's metal bottle accidentally hit Djokovic on the head on Friday. Following the incident, the world number 1 crashed out of the Italian Open in his next match. Djokovic said that he felt like a different player had entered his shoes, with no rhythm, tempo, and balance. Meanwhile, the 22-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal was given a grand and emotional farewell by his fans. This was after his Italian Open defeat. Nadal was greeted by huge crowds as he walked out of the stadium after being beaten by Hubert Hurkacz in the second round of the tournament. In shooting, continuing their fine form, Esha Singh and Anish Banwala registered a second win in the ongoing Olympic selection trials. Singh won the women's 25-meter pistol event, while Banwala emerged victorious in the men's 25-meter rapid-fire pistol event. The duo won the first round of the Olympic trials in Delhi. And in entertainment news now, let's take a look at the winners of the BAFTA TV Awards 2024. The red carpet of the event was rolled out in London's Royal Festival Hall. Sarah Lancashire won the award for leading actress for her performance in Happy Valley Lookout Point, while Timothy Spall took home the leading actor award for The Sixth Commandment. Joe Lycett was given the Entertainment Performance Award for Late Night Lycett. Meanwhile, here on the shows that won the BAFTA TV Awards 2024. The Best Scripted Comedy Show went to Such Brave Girls. Top Boy snatched the Best Drama Series Award. The Sixth Commandment won the Best Limited Drama Series Award. Squid Game, The Challenge, took home the Best Rally Show Award. The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes jolted the box office with an opening of $56.5 million in North America. Now, this makes the film's global total approximately $129 million. The film is the 10th movie in the Planet of the Apes franchise. Shonda Rhimes has said that Netflix's methodology contributed to Bridgerton Season 3's delay. She said that Netflix wants to write everything and they want to shoot everything. It is very counterintuitive to the way that she learned to make television. And she is also planning to adapt all 8 Bridgerton books. Sarah Jessica Parker has started shooting for the 3rd season of And Just Like That. She is filming her first schedule in New York City. Parker's character is of a style icon who lives in New York. The details of the plot are under wraps. Switzerland's Nemo has won the Eurovision 2024. He was given a grand welcome in Switzerland with loud cheers and hugs. Hundreds of fans were waiting for him at the airport. He won the competition with his song titled The Code. Eurovision is an international song competition organized by the European Broadcasting Union. Now, pro-Palestinian protesters booed Jerry Seinfeld during his speech at the U.S.'s Duke University. Protesters waved Palestinian flags during the university's commencement ceremony. Students also started shouting "Free Palestine." Seinfeld has publicly supported Israel since the October attack last year. Now, actor Olivia Munn revealed that she is undergoing a hysterectomy amid cancer battle. She said that she underwent 4 surgeries in 10 months. The actor revealed that doctors have now taken out her uterus, fallopian tubes, and ovaries as a part of the treatment. She has been diagnosed with breast cancer. Actor Steve Buscemi got punched by a stranger in New York City. The man hit him in his face. Now, his publicist called it an act of random violence in the city. The attack left the actor with a swollen left eye and face. He received treatment for bruising, swelling, and bleeding to his left eye. The South Korean actor Ki-jun is all set to get married. He revealed that he will tie the knot in December. The couple reportedly plan to have an intimate ceremony with family and friends. Ki-jun is known for his roles in The Penthouse and Little Women. And that's all on today's episode of Fast and Factual. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to First Post.